Atreyu, settle down, please. I'm live. Okay, how is everybody doing? I'm just getting that replicancy out now, and that so you guys can see that. We were gonna do it in a YouTube under the lighting, but we're gonna probably wait till tomorrow night. Well, again, we're gonna close it back up again tonight, guys. Oh. So anyhow, there's the briefcase, guys, and we'll have to pack it all. Oh. So again, just to let everybody know, the haunted fireplace is back up and working. Anyway, it didn't take me long to figure this little glitches out and that kind of thing as well. And so I'm just, we just got the flame part going. We just make sure we do not have heat. Oh, we do. Okay. Have to make sure there's no heat coming out of it. And we don't need the heat part of it today. And so we are going to get these out. So again, guys, there is scary tales and books. So again, we are going to put this here, and we are going to put our ghost files here so you guys can see. And never ever attempt to ever use one of these things, guys, because they are real. We're not going to use it, we're just going to display it in the box. So again, we are going to, and that kind of thing, and then automatically it will get put away and locked down. Oopsie. Oh, again, we want to get the cloth in here for now. That kind of stuff as well. Again, just let you guys know, this is very powerful stuff and that kind of stuff, and make sure that if you're under the age of 18, make sure you are accompanied by an adult. So again, we need to put the cat in the other room. So when we get into our haunted Halloween, you're going to actually get to see, it'll be also out for the prop. I'm going to have to make sure my cat is well babysat that day too, if it's going to be out. And so anyhow, we are going to, once I get it all kind of set up, that kind of stuff as well, we're going to go in the dark and that kind of stuff as well. And we want to be gentle as possible with a lot of stuff. And it is, like I said, guys, it is a very strict, powerful tool. We want to make sure that it is properly well looked after. Never ever burn one of these things, guys, ever. They say there's a lot of negativity that can happen. They're okay if they're used right, but like I said, if they're misused in any wrong way, then we're going to. So again, we're going to okay, and we are going to go in the dark, guys. And we're going to do a science test here in a minute, guys. Oh, my collar's sticking up. So again, guys, we are going to do a bit of a science test here. And everybody loves science testing, don't you? I know I do. And that kind of stuff as well. And since that is not plugged in, I can move that around. Books. And that kind of stuff. Just let you know, guys, this here does glow in the dark. And so again, advise you, it is a glow in the dark thingy once it gets going. And I want to see if my little buddy gets out of that room. If he wants out of there bad enough, he will get out. He will get out. Hey, you lay down, bud, okay? And ooh. And so anyhow. Again, like I said, this is going to be this automatically will be put away and locked down and that kind of stuff as well. Atreyu, got something open, buddy. Okay, so don't you can't be out here, buddy. Okay, as much as I know you want to be, you can't be. And so anyhow, the rules and the regulations. It is posted right there. Okay, so again, we're going to sit down. We're actually. Oh, let's decide she's going to. Pretty soon, guys, we're going to shut the light out, and we're going to see how this after dark effect is like. Put my gloves on. Never touch anything without my gloves. Hey! Hey! Settle down. With Pepsi. And also, too, guys, we do have our Pringles Pete here. Oh, I forgot my... Also, too, guys, we will put also too. We're gonna get the Jack of Spades cards out as well, so that way you guys can actually see. Hey, I'm gonna tan your little ass in a minute, buddy. Don't get me in a very bad mood right now. Hey, Atreyu, listen, please. And just this cat. Hey. Hey! There's no need for that. So again, also too, guys, you guys see the cards. There's the cards there, and so also too, guys, you look at last year's Joker's on Duty and that kind of thing. He'll go lie down in a minute. And just while I'm doing this show, I do apologize. The other camera is not, for some reason, I'm not connecting through. And for live Facebook, that's okay. So technically, it is. We're going live. Where's my Jack of Spades here? And we want to go that one. And we need 3 of them. And oh no, that's Jack of Clubs. And there's the Devil card. And there is the third 6. Oh, 6. You don't, around Halloween time, guys, you do not hear much of anything to do with the anything what you should anything to do with 333s, because that is just the son of. That is not the how should I put that? That is not what you call the main devil, because if I'm going to show you guys in a minute, the main devil on a black dice. I do have my black dice around somewhere. I do not know where it went to. I had the clicker. I put it somewhere. I do not know where I would have stashed it. But so anyhow, guys, see there's Jack of Spades, and you got your 3 6s. So again, before we go into the dark here in a minute, we're going to go this way. Guys, do not attempt to try any of these props at home. These are basically a look back in time of what Hunter's Cabin, what empowered Hunter's Cabin, and why the 2 apparitions did come back when they did, and what gave them their power and that kind of stuff. So again, we're gonna get some nice cold drink here. So we're going to give you kind of, guys, a little bit of look-see on what Halloween is going to look like. I am not going to keep you too long on here. I was hoping to, with the other camera, and have both cameras going, but it looks like the other camera is non-functional. Again, I'm going to get these on. And like I said, guys, if by any chance, at any point in time, you guys are not comfortable following the shows, you do not have to follow them. If you want to wait until Christmas time, you can. Again, like I said, this is an educational moment. This is the part of the Hunter's Cabin legend, on the main part of the legend, on what gives it its power, and what gave Ian his power, and his abilities from when he became an apparition after the head beheading and all that, and between the both brothers and that, and then they haunted the campgrounds, and this is what basically you get to see behind basically what the main what historically would give them its power. So like I said, again, this is not a toy to be played with. It is just for show. Also, to horror movie fans, you guys are going to love this. Anybody who's into horror movie fans. So again, I am going to get where's my sunshades here? Because you go get bright in here, and there's my puke bucket just in case I need it. Where? And so again, I am. I'm sorry, because I'm looking for my eyeglass case, which I can never find. Oh, there it is. Okay, so also too, this is good too because I do have a ghost in my house. My mother's been haunting me since she died. So, like I said, we're just gonna experiment, because they say that if you leave things alone, these little doohickeys move on their own. And so again, where's my flashlight? Flashlight. Where's my flashlight? And oh, there's my lead light. So again, guys, woo, spooky. So Haunted Theater, guys, tonight live on Facebook. We did start off to a good part. We were able to do some movie material. We're gonna get away from that now. So again, guys, you're going to see what's going to empower how empowered the real Hunter's Cabin. The haunted fireplace is going, and you want to see exactly what happens. So I'm going to pull up a chair here, guys. I never would ever attempt to sit next to one of these, ever. Like I said, I don't have issues with these things, guys. But again, I'm gonna actually show you. So again, you guys can see, and we're gonna change your camera format here in a minute. Again, I don't think I need the gloves. I think the gloves are just just kind of more show than anything. And usually 10 to 1 when you actually touch it, you should touch it with gloves, but never ever touch plangetta with your actual physical hands, and that kind of stuff. So again, we were kind of take you to the fancy haunted fireplace, guys. There it is. It is going. We're live here in Haunted Hunter's Cabin, and again, so you guys can see the haunted fireplace, and we got our dummy over here, dummy shadows, and that kind of stuff. And we're gonna take a look-see in here. So basically, guys, you're going to see basically what gives Haunted Hunter's Cabin. It would have gave Hunter's Cabin its power, and that as well. And so anyhow, we're gonna lift that up so you guys can get a better look, and so you guys can see. So again, it is just a test. I'm not touching it. We're just gonna see we're gonna see if this thing will move on its own, and that kind of thing. So it is a bit of a science test too in this Haunted Hunter's Cabin. And also too, guys, when if you do ask it any questions, also make sure at the end you always say goodbye to it, because it's like leaving your front door open, and that kind of thing, so anything can channel through. So like I said, guys, the rules and regulations are basically sitting in behind it. And so over here, guys, you can see there's a couple of Ian would have used like kind of a what you call a ritual, kind of ritual book and that kind of stuff too, and the crystal ball and that kind of stuff too. And over there is the ghost of Gypsy Wilbur, which is my ghost there, guys. You can see seeing him a lot during the Haunted Hunter's Cabin Theater. And there's Pringles Pete. And so this is gonna be very, very, very spooky haunted house, guys. This is what I said. This is the part that would frighten Buzzsaw. And so again, like I said, he is excused from these shows because it'll frighten him too badly. Like I said, if he wants to come, wants to follow New Year's or whatever, sit on New Year's, that's fine. Halloween we get a little deep into, because we get into what you call a very scientific test or paranormal testing, and that kind of thing, and that kind of stuff too. And also too, there will be ghost communications as well coming up too soon, guys, where there's gonna be a group of us here, and that kind of stuff too. And we're gonna ask it questions to see why my mom's haunting here and if she's still in this room. Well, basically, we're gonna give it a little bit of a test to see, but I'm not gonna touch it. We want to see if it'll do this on its own usually these things do move on their own. You kind of just gently tap it and it'll move on their own. And so again, I'm gonna ask it, and I'm not gonna touch it. And okay, in that, so we're gonna ask it: is there any spirits in this room, or is my mom in this room? And we want to see if her spirit's in here, and we want to see if that'll move. So far, it's slowly twitching and guiding a bit. And I've got a flashlight in one hand and a phone in the other, so there's no way I can touch that. The cat's in the other room. And so again, it is. And that so over time we're gonna sit and go into our social and see what if it will move, if it does kind of guide in that, so a bit. And so again this is just as normally you would have to tap your hand on the top of it a bit to guide it, for it to a little bit like this. Let's see. Trey, you be good, bud. Okay, and that. Okay, so over time, like the last few nights, when she starts flowing around here, there'll be a little bit of it'll communicate. So basically, there's what your haunted house is gonna look like, guys. And in Haunted Hunter's Cabin. So basically this guy's taking you back into time, a little bit about Hunter's Cabin, history of Haunted Hunter's Cabin, Basically how Hunter's Cabinet got its legend and reputation, and how the Aboriginals actually came back and started, and how the haunted fireplace came on by itself, and the wells started dripping with, you know what, I'm not going to say in clear English, because these things speak English, German, Spanish, any kind of language. So again, there's our Ghostbuster dude over there, and that kind of stuff. And there is more dummies coming out to Double-Edged Axe, and that. So again, there's Buzzsaw's card there, and guys, there's a haunted fireplace, and so anyhow, we're gonna sit this up on the box here, Joker's on Duty box. So again, you may get a bit of a look. We want to, again, it's a bit of a tester. And who do we have? And so basically, guys, that's a little look-see on what Hunter's Cabin could be looking like, and a little bit, guys, and that as well, and. So again, guys, we've and that. So again, like I said, there's a haunted fireplace, and we're just gonna again, we're gonna just take a bit of look, see in the box here, and see what it's doing, and that kind of stuff, and that. But yeah, usually, guys, if you usually there's a group of us here, we would actually put our fingertips on there, and then it would usually it guides itself across, and that. So again, if you guys see, actually, I've not touched it, and it's actually started to move a bit by itself here just right now. It was over here on the Y and a Z, and she has moved a bit, about an inch. And that kind of stuff too, and so basically, and that. So if we also too, again, we're gonna ask, is there any other spirits in this room right now? And again, we just want to see if it'll guide itself a bit here, and that, and without actually touching it. And because so far it has moved like three spaces from the Y. See, there it goes. It moved again. It moved another inch. So, and that, and never. Also, too, guys, never ever ask it religious questions, and that kind of thing. So, usually you'll upset it, and that. So, and so far, she's moved another 3/4 inch, and she's almost on the 9, and that too. So, Atreyu, buddy, you have to be quiet, buddy. Okay, Daddy's on a live stream, and I'm going to put the light there for now because we want to see. Oh, it's not hanging over. Atreyu, please show respect, buddy. And so anyhow, again, I got a phone in one hand, so it is kind of hard for me to guide that. But basically, normally, like if we were going to ask it other questions, and basically, there's a look-see on one of the props that historically would have been used, back in the old days, it would have been made out of wood, out of native birch bark wood or whatever, and that kind of thing. And I had a chance to buy the real one from Hunter's Cabin when I was a kid, when I was at Camp Northern Lights, but I never did. So again, I bought a replica one, but again, they're all the same. And that, so I just want to see if and that kind of thing, and yeah, she's moved another 2 inches, so she's slowly going across the board here, And so again, guys, that's our haunted hunter's cabin. It was gonna be in the basically gonna be in the haunted house, and that kind of stuff too. And so again, guys, it is alphabetical order. So when you ask it questions and that kind of stuff too, it'll follow yes or no. And when you want to close out of it, you always have to say goodbye, because it's like leaving your front door open. Anybody can walk in. And we're gonna actually turn the haunted hunter's cabin light back on, and put down the oh no, I don't think we'd be able to. And so anyhow, we're gonna put that on. I'm gonna put the flashlight on my wrist. Oh, I broke the flashlight. That's smart. So again, we're gonna get the haunted hunter's cabin light on here for a minute, guys, and stage lighting. So now you know what it's gonna look like in the dark. So again, I'm sweating now. And so now we are actually going to. Oh, put those in there. And we're going to turn down the haunted fireplace. So again, guys, we're basically live. Oh, make sure that doesn't come out. So anyhow, we're still live, and so again, there's the hammers. And that, and let's see if we can get a bit of an answer. So again, we were going to see if my mom was in this room. Possibility she might be. And that, it has moved a bit, but we just guide it. And so again, like I said, you guys do not have to follow these shows. You guys, if you're not comfortable with them, a lot of people aren't. And that. So anyhow, is my late mother or my deceased mother in this room at all? Okay, we're getting somewhere. Okay, does she have anything to say? No. Okay, so again, guys, she did speak, and that, and so it did verify, guys, she is in the room, and we're going to show you here just a minute ago. And see, so again, remember when it was down here closer to the Y, guys, and then it went from yes to a no. And I had asked two questions if she was in this room, and one said yes, and I said, is there anything she wanted to say to me, and it said no. And so basically, guys, there's so you can see that as well. And so again, guys, we're gonna ask it just one more. We don't want to bug it too much tonight, and we're gonna say before we get into saying our goodbyes, we're going to ask another question. For an example, is there any other spirits in this room at this point in time? Okay, so the answer is yes. Are they peaceful or are they demonical? Am I related to them? Okay, it said yes. Okay, so I'm going to say goodbye. Okay. So again, guys, we said we kind of had two questions. We didn't want to overload it with a lot of questions, so we kind of say goodbye and that kind of stuff as well. So guys, you can see so far, guys. Again, it is moved a couple times, and that. So again, that is a little bit what you kind of see in a lot of spooky haunted houses, especially haunted hunter's cabin. And basically, it was one of those replicacies. Basically, what would have been hunter's cabin would have, but like I said, they would have been made out of Indian birch bark back then. And like I said, that's so we were live, and that. So again, we're gonna actually fold it up, and because my kitty cat wants out again, and again, we're gonna put that. We're gonna put this away now, and so that way we can fold it down, and we're definitely gonna put that in here, and. So again, we've got some communicate, a little bit of, we're going to go into a deeper communication come Halloween time again with this again, guys. And so again, we just wanted to show you a little bit on what Hunter's cabin may look like in the dark. It would have looked like back 100 years ago, guys. Before I put these guys away, I'm gonna give you guys a look see on some of the book props, and so a lot of horror movie collectors will get is that one there, and that kind of stuff as well, and so again that is kind of something like Ian, and I even would have more than Ian. From Haunted Hunter's Cabin, and basically how strong it is. So powerful it really is. So we're gonna put that stuff away, and for now. And so again, we've got we got the 3 6s. Again, guys, we got the 3 6s right there. The 3 6s there. We'll put that lower. And so again, there's the 3 6s there, 1 6, 2 6, and 3 6, and also to the Jack of Spades, Cody Bell's favorite card. He played last year. They tried challenge the double. So again, guys, we were just giving you just kind of a bit of a demo, and what these things look like, and that guys, they are taken very seriously. They're just a tool for communication, and they're not a toy. This is why it stays locked up. Again, I will have a group of communication here with me, and as a group, come Halloween night. So Halloween night, guys, is a more powerful night, so I have to have a group here, and that kind of thing for that. If we have a good enough group here for that, then we'll have it up and going. But other than that, it'll be just displayed in the haunted house. Again, like I said, if you noticed, I noticed after the 3 questions I asked, and I made sure I said goodbye to it, because it is always, make sure you guys say bye to it, because you are communicating, actually communicating with something spiritual, and you do not want to leave it unattended and never say goodbye to it, because if you don't say goodbye to it, guys, it's just like leaving your front door open, and it's just like anybody can walk through your front door instantly. And well, same with spirits, they can channel right through your front door. So the planchada is like a form of what you call a front door. And by leaving your front door open, if you don't say goodbye, if you say goodbye, it closes and locks the door. So it's called closing doors. So usually around Halloween time, it gets very powerful. Sometimes there's times where you'll notice the board itself will get upset. It'll shake. It means the spirit is stuttering. It doesn't understand what you're saying. If it doesn't like the question, if you end up upsetting the spirits, then the board will jiggle or shake. I keep mine contained to a briefcase under lock and key, under combination lock. Because it is safer that way. And like I said, there's only certain times. The only time this ever, guys, comes out, if you noticed, I was wearing gloves, is always because make sure when you touch it, some people will touch it with their bare hands. Make sure to be spiritually safety-wise, guys, is make sure you wear gloves. Because that way it is spiritually, the cloth cannot, I guess spirits cannot, they say they cannot, if something was to come out of it into you, it cannot. The cloth actually is like a brick wall. It'll block it from actually entering it into you. I don't know if that's true or not. Again, it is supposed to like rubber. It's supposed to bounce. It's supposed to be like rubber and lightning, where lightning bounces off of rubber. Well, spirits bounces off of cloth gloves. I don't know if that's true or not. I've never actually tested that experience out yet either myself. But again, we were just giving a bit of a demo, and basically what Haunted Hunter's Cabin back on those days, but they would have had a real wooden one and made it out of authentical Indian birch bark back those days. And in the time of those days, when the hauntings started happening and the two twin headless headhunters come back, Ian would have got his power from one of these thingies. So again, like I said, they're okay if they're used right. If they're used in brokenly rules, or it is not used in a proper manner, then it could cause a lot of damage. If the rules are not followed properly, then it'll act up. So always make sure. That's what I like about Nick with his, is he actually has what you call. He has objects like Barbie dolls or whatever, to draw spirits into if he has to. So they go into an object if they're going to come out, especially Halloween. And so anyhow, that is just a demo. So again, we're not going to get really deep into this tonight. That's why I said say goodbye to it early. I just asked it 3 questions so I don't bother it too much or upset it. Usually, when I had asked if my mom was in this room, she had anything to say. Usually, you can go into a good conversation with the spirits. But I guess my mom is in this room, but she does not have. And I just asked if she had something she wanted to say to me, and then it answered no. So she basically she's not willing to talk. There is sometimes, I remember when she was alive, she wouldn't shut up. She would yak. She would, her mouth go 100 miles an hour. But in this case, it is at this time she's now she's deceased. She's not her spirit's not willing to talk. But when she was alive, she was too much of a talker. She was too much of a talker. We couldn't shut her up. No matter if it was tea or you're having a couple drinks or whatever, and that kind of thing. Hey, Richard, how you doing? So again, that was a replicancy of what some of the things you would have might have seen that kind of brings out the legend of Haunted Hunter's Cabin. Also, guys, if you guys noticed, how many people are a Ghostbuster fan? I'm going to change my glasses here for a minute. I'm going to lock this down. Definitely, we need to lock this down for tonight. And again, I said bye to the boys, so that way I'm not leaving any doors open, so nothing's coming through. And again, I'm going to say goodbye, good night. And so again, see Halloween, and so we're gonna lock that down, and actually combination lock that, and so again, I'm gonna definitely need it before we can carry on. I am gonna put that away. So again, I can let my little bum out, boom out, and then I'm gonna read you the rules and regulations of it. And that kind of stuff. So you guys, so again, like I said, tonight's more of an educational moment, and than anything. And again, we're gonna put that over there. So again, guys, I got lots of cool toys for Halloween. Well, that's not a toy. Just joking. So again. I don't know where to put anything now. Oh, we're gonna slide it. I think I'm gonna slide it under here until Halloween. Okay, she is put away, guys. And I'm gonna get this off. And I'm gonna let my baby boy out because he's determined to get out. And we're gonna put those here. And so again, I bought that as a replica about a couple of years ago. I was going to buy the real, I had an opportunity to buy the real one from the camp directors of Camp Northern Lights, the real old ones that was made by the two twin headless apparitions before they became apparitions. Come on, Bubba. Come on. And before they became the two headless headhunters of Hunter's Cabin, and that. No, you go to sleep, Pete. You lay down. And which was made out of birch bark and that. But I turned that offer down years ago, when I was a kid. And excuse me. Oh. And so again, we were just gonna let that blow on me here. She's hot as hell. Hey, you good boy, lay down. Don't be nosy. And so again, we're gonna put that there. And also, too, guys, get a chance to see those in the dark, guys. True scary ghost stories and maybe read around the haunted fireplace. Good thing we got that going today. Again, a horror book I really love reading, and that kind of stuff too. So again, we were gonna get basically. So again, like I said, guys, I train you. Stop. Thank you. Go lay down. You get another swoop in the bum bum. So basically, guys, there's the rules and regulations right there. And also, too, it says never play alone. Again, always play it. Well, you don't really play it. Never use alone. Always use in a group if possible. Never use in a hospital or senior home where people are maybe deathly ill or sick or dying. Refrain from using in a cemetery where dead souls lies because of sacred ground. And so again, it has a whole list. You can get off the internet. Again, you can these ones here, these ones here, the glow in the dark ones. You can buy many kinds off of Amazon, and they ship right to your front door. And there's actual stores that do still sell them. Canada stores now, they don't not sell them in Canada. You actually have to buy from the U.S. So you got to buy from the actual special store that makes and designs those. Like again, they're not toys. They're not treated like you do Monopoly or checkers or chess. It is a very serious tool, and it's for communication only. So again, there's a bit of educational moment. There's the article from the Red Dog from Peterborough out of the newspaper. I kept that, and Casa Loma article. And so anyhow, guys, there's a Casa Loma article there to do with Casa Loma right there. That when I visited there was they showed us that actually the areas where the haunted areas were. So again, like I said, there are some people that are into wood shop. They do know how to make their own, as long as they get the alphabetical orders right, the designs right, and they know how to actually shape the actual Pinata itself. So it makes it practically, but they make them all different. And so again, guys, that's what's going to be in the haunted house. And again, it is a little bit of a Halloween treat there for you. It's going to be in the haunted, but it is, like I said, it's going to be in the haunted house, guys. So again, she's going to be in there. So again, we're going to get that slided in. And that this year, we were going to put it out last year. It come out twice. It was only coming out last year for Devil's Night. It was only going to come out this year for Halloween. And that kind of thing. So it is, so again, like I said, we said bye to it, so that way it is, that we're not leaving any doors open and nothing's going to come through. Now, never say never. Spirits do lie. Sometimes they surprise you too. Even though we did say goodbye, you never know. A spirit can still pop in here around here at midnight. You never know. Spooky Express, kind of snuck on Spooky Express. And if you see anything, you be good boy. And my wife is actually out probably watching wrestling or whatever, cooking me no supper tonight. How stingy. That's what you get for marrying an Indian. She does, just let you know, guys, she doesn't know about the board. She didn't know I bought it a couple years ago. Hey, you gonna say hi to everybody? Hey, you wanna say hi? Yeah? Come here. Sit on Papa's lap. Say hi, everybody. Hey, you gonna say hi to Atreyu? Hey, no biting. Hey. Okay, you want down? You can get down. Don't be a bad boy. He is a tentacly black cat, guys, and that kind of stuff too. Also, too, guys, you go on the internet, you guys can find what all the different symbols mean. So what all the different pentagram symbols, how to identify them, what they look like, what their all meaning is for, what a Wicca square is, and that kind of stuff as well. And so again, it gives you an outline. It also talks about the Freemason all-seeing-eye, what that examples as well. The Freemasons now believe it is the all-seeing-eye of God, or under God. But according to King James's spiritual, what you call book of demonology, the all-seeing-eye has been around for decades. It goes way back to the early days of the Knights Templars and the Freemasons. So that's why they use that symbol a lot. It is an Illuministic. It is a Illuminati symbol, also of the Illuminati. So again, there's when you go down the page, guys, all the different symbols. It even gets into the funny thing is it even gets into the KKK symbols. what actually that really is not a cross, it is a T. Or if you turn it sideways, it's an X. There's a lot of, sorry about that disruption, Flash guys. I guess somebody's high-fiving my show. Again, this is an educational show. We're allowed to do that. So again, we're not using any music, so they can't complain. So an upside, and also to just let you know that an upside down, if you turn it, take a Christianity cross and you turn it upside down, it no longer represents Christianity. It represents the upside down cross represents a symbol of Satanism, which represents the mockery of rejection of Jesus Christ. So if the cross is upside down, guys, it is a sign, signifies that it is a Satan. It represents Satanism. So, so that's, if you notice, in a lot of horror movies like Amityville, the spirits love to play with the cross, especially if it's a demonic spirit. It'll turn it upside down, because it does not like religious articles. And don't touch my Pepsi. And so basically, that's what that. And there's also talks about what a zodiac symbol is too, guys. What you call pentagram zodiac symbol looks like, and a yin yang. Okay, you guys, how many people love Yu-Gi-Oh? You guys are gonna hate this one. No, just kidding. It even talks about a paganist symbol called yin yang, what it represents as well. With the I guess they're supposed to be two little minnow fishes, one black and one white, which is a Chinese symbol. It's a Buddhism Chinese symbol. Yin yang, it says right here, in yin yang in Chinese philosophy, two great forces who in I can't read the writing. It's in Chinese, but again, yin is a female dark negativity, so it's a negativity symbol. Chinese, some type of negativity symbols to do with Buddhism or whatever in the Chinese culture. So again, it is a satanic. They say it is a satanic. What you call a pagan symbol. Now a goat head represents the dead man rune, and appears of, so basically we're Hitler's troops. So again, the goat head is represents the devil, but it also represents Nazism as well, just like the Nazi flag does, and it goes into all these different. The satanic ass and that, what it represents, and satanic cross. So again, guys, there's a lot of questionnaires on here. So you'll be here forever. The biblical 666, the number of men, the mark of the beast. That's what like we were showing you today, guys, with the cards. The 666 is biblical. The number of man, the mark of the beast, means represents the Antichrist. So, kind of cool stuff that we find in on the internet today, and also too, it describes what a labyrinth is too, guys. It is like a maze of some kind that gets you confused and lost. And we're not going to go any further than that. There's a lot here, guys. It's a wonderful site that I get kind of information off of as well. And kind of outlines on how I set up my haunted houses and that kind of stuff, too. And basically also explains a little bit, also lines up with a little bit of what Haunted Hunter's Cabin is like. What kind of legend it is. Go away, shoot. Where they would have got all the information. So again, guys, a lot more freakier, spookier, more frightening than Sleepy Hollow type of tale. Well, we can't say tale, but it did happen at one point during the war times, 1812. But nowadays, it is now a worldwide. I guess it's becoming more of a worldwide campfire story than anything, legend. So again, get down. And speak your Irish again. Get down. Down. Your mama's gonna be home. You get no treats. You don't play with ET either. What did you take? What's your name? Thank you. Kids. So basically a little bit of the stuff here, guys, especially this one here, it will also outline a little bit on a little bit of information on Haunted Hunter's Cabin, where some of the where they would get some of the information from that, and also too from historical societies as well, on the real cabin itself. But again, this is just an outline on what the different meanings of the symbols are. So when you hear them talk about in the Legend of Haunted Hunter's Cabin, when they talk about these different symbols, or they're talking about the Wicca Square. Now the Wicca Square is a pentagram star in the middle, pagan star in the middle, which is a satanic star in the middle, with a pentagram circle with a pentagram square around it, around all three, and which represents all four corners, north, south, east, and west, where Hunter's Cabin sits on the north-south side of the Wicca Square. In the woods, in the Haunted Hunter's Cabin Cemetery, behave. I got a little black cat here misbehaving right now. Hey! Hey! Get off! You! Out of there! Get! Get off that! Get! I'm gonna spank your bum in a minute. Now I'm so glad why my wife and I don't have kids. They're annoying. Oh, you lay down. So that's a little bit of outline about Hunter's Cabin there, and some of the symbols that was used in it. So again, I did my homework. I did some research. You lay down. Hey. I'm totally getting annoyed with you. You need to settle down. Okay. And so again, that is a little bit of outline of what the different symbols means and that kind of stuff as well. So we're gonna put that away. We're done with that. This here is the history of the jack-o'-lantern, guys. How the legend of the jack-o'-lantern. You want to go back in your room? Because I'll put you there. So again, this also has a legend of the history of Halloween, myths and mysteries. So again, guys, it also talks about Halloween, how Halloween started out to be a Christian holiday. Hey! Get down! You're being an asshole! Behave. Kids, I tell you. And I'm surprised I don't even have gray hair yet, and I got four-legged kids. I love you. So again, basically that's the outline of the history of what Halloween is about, how it started, how it became, where it came from, the legend of the jack-o'-lantern. I wouldn't read all this, but there's a lot to read. It's by 43 CE, Roman culture, Halloween and Christianity, and so it kind of and the color of the symbols, what they mean and that kind of stuff, and to do with Halloween. So like I said, guys, there's a lot here, a lot of heavy reading involved. Oh, you spilt my Pepsi on the floor. Get! No, what? No. Go rip your own box apart, man. Hey, excuse me. I'll send you back to Disneyland. And I'll shove you back in that never-ending storybook where you came from. Thank you. I know double lower board is going to be there. Childlike Empress is going to save you. Behave. If I have to talk to you again, you're back in that room. And so anyhow, basically that gives you all the different outlines of what Halloween is about. And I find it quite interesting. Also, guys, I am working on buying a pumpkin. Hey. You know where Ina's is? The store is downstairs. When your mom comes home, get money from her. You go to the store, buy your own Pepsi. You leave mine alone. And so again, that's a Book of Shadows. It also talks about the Wiccan Book of Shadows, what all details that, how to put that together. And back to what I was saying about, I was distracted. Pringles, good, go play with Pringles Pete, drive him nuts. Yeah, Gypsy Rover, whatever. I'm just bugging you, bud. Yeah, I know. So basically, about the history of the jack-o'-lantern. But like I said, guys, my wife is going to, pretty soon when the pumpkins start selling at Foodland, I'm going to buy a big pumpkin and we're going to carve it live here on live stream, either here or on YouTube. And so we want to put those away because we're going to need those for Halloween night as well. A little bit history of Castle Roman and that kind of stuff as well. The Red Dog Saloon in Peterborough and that kind of stuff as well. I guess Frog TV is doing quite well. I guess he's worked a lot of stuff out, but he's still going. And come here. Ow. You're gonna be bad. You're gonna sit with Papa. He's gonna sit with me for guys. He's gonna on here because he's being a bad boy. Eat you, bud. And so I guess he's doing quite well. And I guess there's a new young guy doing him offers now and that kind of stuff as well. And that. So again, we just wanted to do kind of show you a little bit on how the haunted house is coming along. And I was shocked today. We've got the haunted fireplace working again. And so anyhow, thank you for tuning in. And we were live here from the Replicancy, or live from the Hunter's Cabin studio. And too bad I couldn't, when I was younger, couldn't buy that real board from the camp, and that would have been really cool. The old wooden birchwood board from the real Hunter's Cabin. And that, so again, as I got older, I just got a Replicancy one. So, you want down? You behave. Don't take my phone with you. Stop. And that. And so thank you for tuning in, guys. This is what your jokers are, dirty. Hey, leave alone. And that. So we were live from Haunted Hunter's Cabin, and theater live. And we will be on again. And so again, Halloween night, guys. That, like I said, the board only comes out Halloween night. That is 2 times a year: Devil's Night and Halloween night. Other than that, other than the rest of the year, she is locked away. I will probably, for safekeeping, I'll probably put it up in one of the cupboards and that kind of stuff after Halloween. So, I hope everybody has enjoyed tonight's show, and we kind of threw something together. And my wife's going to shoot me when she comes home because she's probably sitting at her friend's house watching this. And so again, we're just kind of giving you a bit of a demo and that kind of thing as well. And so thank you so much for tuning in. Keep liking these shows, keep sharing. And also, like I said, we started off to a good point. we started off very good with the live haunted theater. Again on YouTube, but because we were using movie material, we were only allowed to do so much of that. Now we're actually going into some type of a different show, and so anyhow, I hope everybody has a great night, and thank you for tuning in. And we were live from Haunted Hunter's Cabin live, and so again, we will be. We'll have the haunted fireplace at night. We may be going digital. No, not digital. As long as this keeps working, and we got it working now again. I always seem it's funny when my wife is home, it don't work. When my wife walks out the door for a few hours, it works. It never fails. No word of a lie. So again, we guys will catch you later. And we will see you guys again. And also too, guys, we are still gonna rotate on YouTube Live. We're gonna rotate this, and this is gonna go also too, guys. It is actually gonna go up to YouTube. It is actually gonna be shared off to Dashboard Twitch TV, and so anyhow, we are. So again, thank you guys so much for joining me. And we'll be back soon, and probably tomorrow night with more of a haunted hunter's cabin, haunted fireplace. And we're doing it in theater, a haunted theater, a different style now, and that kind of thing to finish up all the way into Halloween. This is last year, guys, for haunted hunter's cabin. Next year next year for Halloween, we may just, instead of having haunted house, guys, we may actually have board sessions. So be prepared for that, and those that are interested. So anyhow, we will catch you guys later, and thank you for tuning in. Live from Haunted Hunter's Cabin, Joker's on duty. Have a great day, guys.